Your team is banning.
You are facing a
Team is banning.
Chivalry is dead.
Your team
and
is
I
banning.
will revive it.
Test. Alpha
Your
is
team
online.
is banning. Your team is picking.
I will choose my own path.
Your team is picking.
The falling stars brought us
Team
here.
is picking. Is
I will
banning.
revive it.
Your team is picking. Team is banning. Picking.
I can reach the
Team
darkness
is
if I'm
picking.
fast enough.
That's gonna light up the entire star!
Reach the
Team is
darkness if I'm
picking.
fast enough.
Showtime.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches
can
the
you hear me?
battlefield. Smash the troops deployed.
So we go into the land of dawn. We see the standard rotation that comes out from each and every team at this moment, given the fact that the mage and the EXP laner clear out the EXP lane to ensure that they can go ahead and get level 2 at the same time. Arlot Rome went ahead and got to level 2, while Kufra here gives a little bit of vision. And right now we can see just the standard jungle rotation, nothing too fancy. Just no bait of the spells either, which gives us a little bit of time to talk about the compositions. Right, on the red side, they have a really nice front to back composition with a lot of dive as well. The mage really just going in and shooting it from the back, making sure, here Fanny steals a little bit of jungle creep away. But given the fact of the side of Grand Zero, they too have a front-to-back composition with a lot of dive. So this is an even Steven game, you can say, but given the fact that they have a Fanny who really excels in the early game here, camping out in the tri-bush in the bot side, here will we see a possible gank coming in from the side of Pentagon? No, we do not. So far, it's been a quiet game, both teams respecting each other, giving each other space. However, here, Fanny gets caught out by Rabbit on the Arlot. Oh my god, and takes it down. It's a first blood that goes to Savuz from the side of Pentagon just before the turtle, and baits out the vengeance at the same time. So this should be a free turtle take, but also given the fact that it's just an early game kill, there are low death timers, so it gives them a lot of opportunities to contest. But the Astral Echo comes out to provide vision, and it seems like Pentagon should be taking this turtle. At this point, you can say that their game plan for the side of Pentagon is just to snowball the early game, given the fact that they have a Fanny, they have the Novaria for all that poke, they have the late game coming in from the Claude, who just uses his ultimate just to clear the lane, right? Nothing really too fancy, and gives us a little bit of time to speak about the itemization and the emblems. Claude here going for the marksman emblem, not something that you see quite often these days. Each and every good Claude player runs the common emblem to make sure he gets that additional hybrid regen in the mana and a little bit of regen on his HP. So that could have been a better sought out emblem. However, seems like here he is prioritizing bargain hunter, means he wants to get his item faster. On the bot lane, we see the Cooper with the Tyrant's Revenge, and the penalty zone being committed. The flicker comes out for easy convenience. The final slash gets the kill on this squad. However, the Beatrix, easy for Jean, too easy for Genius, goes down to Savuz, who gets the second kill. That's a 1-for-1 trade, a marksman for a marksman, but the kill goes on to the Fanny. The Fanny should be going ahead all according to plan. Dark Knight Falls comes in. Will he get the Deadly Singers? Yes, he does. The Terizla, Lung QT just overextending. The Tyrant's Rage connects, but there's no follow-up. And he goes into the Tyrant's Revenge as well. Looks like Puja trying his best. However, the kill score evens out to a 2-2. And the goalie not so much. And the Fanny, that is what I was talking about. That was nasty damage, right? You go in with the steel cables. You have the cutthroat. At this point, yes, she has the Blade of Heptases as well. That's all the items she needs. The pass of the Blade of Heptases. Make sure you get the additional damage when you attack the first time. That does so much damage to a squishy, right? And so far, so good for the side of Pentagon. But Team Grant Zero still holding out. We see 4-man gank here in the bot lane. The Astral Echo comes out. And Cooper misses the flicker. Penetrate being used, however, still goes down, but takes the Kufra in the process. Yes, you get the kill, but then you give one as well. So not really a beneficial trade from the side of Pentagon, but it is something, right? They get, and then here they've given the turtle away. Will they not? The penalty zone committed. The Fanny steals the turtle with their retribution in the first kill. So that was a good penalty zone indeed coming out from Lung QT, communicating with his teams, telling the jungler that, hey, the turtle is still up for grabs, and especially being a Fanny with that high mobility with those steel cables, goes in and out. Make sure she can get that turtle, has that retribution on point. Right now, the Fanny on the 4-0-0 has all the kills on this team, but not really all the gold. The marksman here, Claude, Lucario, has farmed up as well, has the D100 sword. Should be the right time to pick a fight for them. They have crossed the early game mark, which they needed to stay. And you can see the steel cables comes out with the cutthroat. Unstoppable. Fanny gets another kill on this Farsa. This Farsa is not having a good day. If you ask me, guys, I don't really want to see a main girl against a Fanny, right? That's just nasty, absolute nasty damage. Oh, and the Tyrant's Revenge connects with the Blazing Duet and the penalty zone. Arlott goes in with the Vengeance, but then somehow survives. He gets the kill on this Teresa. And the Quad gets an anti-return kill while the Novaria gets shut down with Beatrix at the same time. The Feather Airstrike comes out onto the Novaria trying to dodge it, but no avail. Yes, they did get some consolation prizes in that, but however, Team Pentagon did get the mid turret. Now it opens up the map for them. They have the top turret taken, they have the mid turret taken as well. Opens the map up for them, making sure that they have this lane pressure at the same time. They have so many open spaces just going to the jungle. And oh, Dark Knight falls in the bot lane. However, Claude, will he get away? No, he does not. Lucario caught between a rock and a hard place. Yes, he takes down the turret, but the cost of his life. Fanny goes in with the steel cables. Vengeance on towards Sabuj by Rab. The final slash, but there's no follow-up. Easy. Overextending at this point. The Astral Echo comes out, but here we can see the Tyrant's Revenge charging, just cancel. At this point, they can't really do much. They don't have that exact frontliner that they need. Yes, Arlott can give you sets with the final slash, but then he's not making the most of it. He's not camping these bushes, not providing vision for the team. He is just there playing this game like he is a fighter and EXP laner. At this point, you can say they have 3 EXP laner, and Fanny goes with the steel cable. Tyrant's Revenge misses. Oh, Arlott give it the final slash, and the final part to get the shutdown. The flicker and penalty zone committed with the Black Dragon. Dark Knight falls. Lung QT should be gone, done and dusted. Hellkirk here hits his power spike in the mid game in the 7-minute and 20-second mark. The Black Dragon formed the Tyrant's Revenge, and the Tyrant's Rage connects, but there's not enough damage follow up. In the meanwhile, the Hellkirk gets the turtle for free, forces the flicker out from this Novaria, and almost takes down the Arlott with the Astral Recall, but almost is the word. Simovic here trying to take the mid turret, however, Puja spots it out, and Simovic might go down to the Blazing Duet. Lucario can get this kill, and he gets the shutdown. And at this point, it is an even score. The goal lead is only a 500 goal lead. This is anybody's game now. On the side of Team Pentagon, which is on the red, they did have the early game advantage with this Fanny, but getting shut down by this Farsa, right? Exactly the person who you want these kills on, the high ground mage. And at this point, low-key, Rabbit, they just got to put in their work, right? Got to give that vision, got to soak up all the damage. As you can see, Rabbit is trying to be a menace here. The sniper shot comes out and takes down the Warrior. Tyrant's Revenge and Rage along with the penalty zone should take down this part. The Vengeance being baited out on Rabbit as well. The Black Dragon comes in to place to win. The Petrified cancels it out. Wind of Nature with the furious dive from this Black Dragon takes out. The final slash just takes out Lung QT. That was fantastic team fight coming in from the side of Grand Zero. They are holding their own. They haven't taken a single turret, but they are not given away in this goal lead, which is cut down to 200 right now. So at this point, yes, Team Pentagon has all these turrets. They have all these defense mechanisms that's possible. They have a lot of range. They have the mobility. They have the set potential, but there's no coordination coming from them, right? The Claude goes in after everything is done, but then there's always a follow-up coming on from the side of Grand Zero with the Black Dragon. We can dive in and nobody's really able to catch out too easy for Genius. Yes, you go for Tatsuya, this Farsa. Fanny is able to get the Farsa, but then there's the Rabbit protecting her in the back with that final slash. And speaking of, the Lord spawns right now. This is the level 1 rod, the Astral Echo, just to spot them out. Gives a lot of vision. This should be the first Lord Dance of the game, or probably we can see an assassination, as we can see Savus here on the bot lane. Tyrant's Revenge being charged up by the Kufa and Puja. However, well, yes, the Art of Thievery just to take a little bit of the movement speed. Nothing much. And Claude here, Lucario should be the one we are looking for, because he's the one who's going to be doing all that damage. Speaking of damage, Fanny, Savusier takes out Simovic. That is a lot of damage indeed coming in from that cutthroat. And this should be an easy Lord take, given the fact that they don't have their jungler here. The Rabbit trying to give some vision to the team, however, gets spotted out. And the final slash committed, and the Nibiru's fashion as well. The Furious Dive goes on, however, misses. So once again, this Fanny here putting in all the work, coming in for the cleanup. Simovic, Dark Knight falls, but for no reason, there is no damage, just trying to save his teammate. Astral Recall, that was a lot of damage. Simovic might go down. Will he not? No, he does not. Use the Retribution just to give that little bit of movement speed, just to survive. That went in from all 3 lanes. Will they be able to defend? Yes, the passive of the turrets has gone down. Now this is the time for them to know that's not, they still don't defend. And that's a lot of damage coming in from that Fanny, who takes down the Hellcurt, bursts her down with that cutthroat. And that is why, my ladies and gentlemen and friends of all ages who are here watching the stream, please note that this is the age of the assassins. And given the fact that Fanny is one of the deadliest assassins, speaking of, that was a lot. That was a nice set coming in from the side of Rabbit with a final slash, gets from QT. However, there is no follow-up from Puja from the side of Team Pentagon, who dives in but misses his Tyrant's Rage and does not really get them onto the extended CC from that wall. And that was unfortunate coming from side of Lung QT, right? Just overextending, not really doing much. And here the sniper shot on the Savuz sniffs him out, just to give a little bit of vision, and the Astral Echo for the same reason. At this point, it's just a vision game, and the vision game is being won by Pentagon because they have this Kufra, because they have this Novaria. And Fanny here just going to eat up all their jungle camps. Claude takes up the red buff as well, and here it's just a matter of the fact that there is going to be another Lord spawning in 25 seconds. And at this stage of the game, guys, Team Grant Zero, yes, they've been holding out, but they haven't got one single objective. Yep, as we speak, the Lord spawns. And Lucario here just to take the Lethal Wonder, provide that additional bit of movement speed, making sure to keep the stacks up, and they're giving in a lot of lane pressure so that they'll be able to take the Lord for free. And given the fact that Grant Zero have a nice high ground composition, they should be able to defend this Lord, given the fact that it's only an enhanced Lord. Yes, it is an enhanced Lord, not the level 1 Lord, level 2, but it's luckily not a level 3. And given the fact that they have Farsa, they have Simovic, they have Easy for Genius, who's on this Beatrix, and this Hellcurt, and this Farsa, you have this Yuzong, Arlot, there is a possibility to have a successful defense, unless and until Puja here has something else to say about it and gives that big fat ultimate that we like to see in our rank games given from your tanks, right? So here we can see the lanes being pushed in. Not exactly at the same time, but they're trying to do the same. Lord marching in from the top lane for the side of Team Pentagon. And Savuz here just trying to catch somebody out of position. Because a Fanny, all you want to do is go in, go out after bursting them down. So at this point, we can see all these lanes marching in. That is a really disciplined push, right? Good discipline coming in from the side of Team Pentagon here. Tyrant's Revenge charging up. Tyrant's Drake on word. Low key here, who might go down. No, he does not. The Black Dragon comes out, and they're able to survive the parcel with the Feather Airstrike. Only the defense. Sebuz catches her out. However, the final slash just to defend and protect the main. Tyrant's Revenge again onto her Simovic. It goes down because of Blazing Duet coming in from the fraud. And that's a 1-for-nothing trade. The marksman is down, not able to defend. We have another wave coming in. double kill onto the squad who's been putting in a lot of work with a lot of damage, and that's a triple kill. Oh no, that's been taken away by the Novaria, and this should be game set match, folks. The first game of this Gosu Tournament of day 3 goes to the side of Team Pentagon, who have had a wonderful early game, a wonderful mid game, and an exceptional late game, especially given the fact that they were able to dive all in at the same time. And speaking of dive, you can see that Farsa was not really having a great time, right? Actually built the antique cuirass just to be able to survive against this damage that comes out with this Fanny, who's just going in with the steel cables, cutthroat, and this Farsa is dead. Just a piece of meat. The bird is just going to be fried, grilled, cooked, call it whatever you want. Fanny was having tandoori chicken for dinner, guys. And that is game set match for the first game. We will take a short break and come back for the second one.
Yes, bro. The stream is like they can't see the stream right now.
No worries, no worries, bro. That time it was just like nobody was able to hear. Everyone was telling the same thing. So I started like, what? It's okay, no problem. You can join whenever, right? Next match at 8, is it? Okay. I'll be back in a bit then. Okay, cool. Nasty damage, right? You go in with the steel cables, you have the cutthroat. At this point, yes,
Hello. Yeah, I will join the next game. I was just checking my voice.
nasty damage, right? You go in with the steel cables, you have the cutthroat. At this point, yes, you go in with the steel cables, you have the cutthroat. At this point, yes,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, sure. Sure. Hello. Bool. Hello. I will join the next game. I was just checking my voice. Yeah. The next game. What start?
No, he's asking if he wants to start the stream. Okay, let's start.
Where is he asking me on spot?
No, on in-game chat. In the tournament lobby only. Check the chat.
I see.
Hey, so you want to do analysis? You want to do play-by-play? What do you want to do, my friend?
You go for the team fight. Whenever it happens, I will go for the last. I will just see what happens.
ठीक है, you do analysis. I'll do play-by-play.
Because your play-by-play is actually good.
No, he's asking if he wants to start. No worries, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Gosu Tournament Day 3. Your second match that's gonna be between Team Echo Zero, who's on the blue side, versus a Team OBT on the red side. And joining me, I have the one and only Soul Sky. How you doing, Soul Sky?
I am fine, buddy, and thank you for that sweet introduction. And for this, I'm actually excited for the start. I think they are pretty good players by seeing their appearance. I think you don't expect any player name like this. And what do you think? Like, what will be done in this team? What are will have they done their homework to just see how their opponents are and how have they did they do their homework or not?
Yeah, you're not wrong there, right? It's all about knowing your opponents, especially in tournaments. You got to do your homework. You got to know who you're going up against. You got to know what draft to go with. So far, we've been seeing teams not really go for the meta draft. Like, nobody really wants to know what the meta picks are. They're just gonna go ahead and take out all the picks that they want and they don't want. So far it's been that. Like the previous game, we saw an Arla in the Rome. Not something we see quite often, but they probably practice that. So we can say that both these teams probably going to go for a composition that they practiced quite a lot. And I think over here we've seen OBT before as well. Not so much of Eco Zero. So at this moment, given the information that Eco Zero have, they should be able to outdraft OBT. But they're on the blue side. We spoke about this yesterday. One of them gets one pick, the other gets two.
Exactly. And I think the strategy to open meta for like both the teams, I think they might follow that. If I remember it correctly, the yesterday game they tried to just get two meta for both the teams. They did that no ban strategy. That was actually good. I learned that tomorrow, and I think they might go for that one also because I should speak of because everybody wants meta players. Because why don't you have your chances for like up to more than like 80 to 90% for the meta picks? You have the meta picks. I think both the team will go for the meta picks, and I'm not saying that you should not go for your competitive heroes because obviously mastery is important in the meta. But I think if you're a master over the meta heroes, I think that's pretty good. It's a pretty good combination, I would say. And let's see what's the team plan for both the teams. I'm pretty excited for the Eco Zero and the OBT match right now. And I think Eco Zero is on the blue side and the OBT is on the red side, right?
Yes, Soul Sky, you could not have said it better. And you know that's the right word, right? That you used, the mastery. Will they pick the meta heroes over the mastery of the heroes that they have? Like for example, one of these guys could have like 1,000 games of Vexana, right? But Vexana's not in the meta. But if you can play it so well, you can make it a meta. So at this point, it's just to see how this draft should be going. And all the players are almost ready here. Just a couple more players, just a little bit of alterations, and after that, we should be going straight into the draft for this round 2 of game 2 of day 3 between Team Echo Zero, it's on the blue side once again, and Team OBT on the red. And given all that, Soul Sky, it's been a wonderful weekend. And it's a new week starting. What are your thoughts about this entire week that's going to be ahead of you? Do you have any plans? Are you just going to be free? Are you going to, go out shopping? Maybe grab a bite to eat? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get some nice cake.
Yeah, I think you might have a plan for weekend, but as being a student, you don't really get time for all these. recreation activities. I guess my whole day is going for the classes that I attend in my institution, and after that I just came from home and just do the casting. And after that you have to focus on your skills also. You have creativity in this world. So I think I'm quite busy this weekend, and obviously you can't forget to play ML on these weekdays also. So I just get the time to play ML also, but not that ML is necessary, but it's just for fun. Just don't take ML too seriously, because people might get too tilted nowadays because of a single game. That's all I would say. Just play for fun. Just play for have some, I think, quality time with your friends also. Play with your friends.
Yeah, you should, that was for me, right? I'm the one who gets tilted quite easily. I'm the one who gets quite tilted quite easily when you're playing a game, right? So I go with this like, why are you doing that? You noob! Why do you make that mistake? Yeah, and then I end up being stuck in epic the whole time. Probably try to climb up to legend, mythic as much as I can, but like those guys here, right? You can play the game, but make sure you have a fun time. Not take it too seriously. Some advice for me, that is, I should start doing that too. And then it's gonna be a wonderful week where you're a student, you have a lot of things that you gotta do. So having made the time to come here and cast alongside me is a wonderful wonderful experience that I will be going through. Thank you for that, making a free time. All of us made free time of our schedule just to make sure we can give the viewers a fantastic experience and make sure this Gosu tournament goes absolutely wonderful. And just enjoy, just sit back, enjoy, and relax while we are just slightly getting a little bit delayed, just finishing off the final touches of this tournament, checking each other's pings, making sure that every player plays accordingly to their best of their abilities, so that there's no unfair advantage in the game, especially like exploiting bugs and stuff. And sooner than later, we should be getting into the draft.
Your team
As you speak of, we are in the draft, and don't forget to just stay hydrated, guys, because it's a freaking hot summer. And let's see what's the first ban is coming from Team Echo Zero right there, and the banning will be from Kevin. I guess Kevin. I will not speak about
Kevin Aldrich. Kevin Aldrich 007.
See value in
Your
me?
team is banning.
You should.
I think that might be a respect ban for the team OBT, I guess.
Yeah, it could possibly have a respect ban, or maybe they just don't like dealing with that tanky lineup that they're actually might go against, right? No, they probably don't like to play the Leslies, the carry. Maybe they like to play the quad more often. So something of that sort they might have planned. And then you'll see Team OBT banning out this Valir. That's one pick that you can say has been constant throughout this entire tournament, right? They either ban it or pick it. So it's something that nobody wants to deal with. Just take it out and make sure that they don't get that early game snowball going, especially with the fact that Valir has all that damage. And they take out the Alpha, who's I think one of the meta junglers right now in this patch, isn't it, Soul?
Yeah, exactly. True.
I will choose my own path.
Your team is picking.
Team because of course he had got discipline. And the Alpha has been in the meta in this early season has been also being in the meta because the 2 damage can easily mint like tank heroes like Esmeralda, Uranus.
May the blood of my enemies flow from my spear.
Coming from the second ban coming from the team OBT is Alot, and the first pick coming from the time from the Eco Zero is the Mincetar, and Mincetar might be a very good pick against Team OBT because Mincetar, just shut down all the finest generals you have out there. You can't even do. I think Erisla's ult inside the Mince's ult, and Uranus is a good pick for the EXP, and they are eliminating.
I've been waiting for too long.
But Uranus by taking off the carry from the hands of Team Echo Zero. Let's see how will they bounce back out in this situation.
Yeah, that Mincetar ultimate, the King's Calling, gonna do so much, cancel out all those dashes. So that's why they went ahead and pick this Uranus that might be putting him in check in this EXP lane. But at the same time, You have this carry who can burst down heroes who, if they go for a tanky lineup, probably a comfort pick coming in from the side of OBT, and then they go for the Clint to answer that carry in lane. Clint does win carry in lane, and so that would be an advantage that they already have on the side of Team Echo Zero. But also in the EXP lane, this Uranus always beats Minstar because his region is going to be so high. But then Valentina pick coming here, who can steal the ultimate from not just the Minstar, but also that ultimate from that Louis Yi, that diversion that can be picked up, and they can transport you from one end of the map to the other. That is a lot of gank potential, right?
Exactly, that's a good game plan by the team. Just speaking of the Valentina, so that team Echo Zero do not ban any potential mages that can be affect towards team, but it's no longer there because Valentina is a good pick against the Louis, because you can use Louis' ult just to teleport anywhere in the map and be surprising. Imagine just you are just walking from the middle lane and the Louis' ultimate just pop up here and you find yourself surrounded by 3 people. I think nobody can escape
Horology is my craft, Diggy is my name.
And the second part of the ban coming from the side of the team Echo Zero is the Diggy ban. I think they might go for the Atlas because they might have gotten
It's not just our home.
Atlas
It is who we are.
I don't know what they were thinking of the Diggy ban. I think that has backfired towards them.
Yeah, you know that they tried to be smart with banning out the Diggy, but then they didn't realize that after this draft phase, the first pick goes to the side of OBT. So they picked up this Atlas, and now this Atlas is gonna be a big threat for the side of OBT, right? And looking at the side of Echo Zero, if they take the Franco and this Joy, I'm not really a big fan of both these picks because Joy in the jungle does do a lot of damage, but does not have the sustainability that comes in with the Vengeance. And having this Franco being picked up after the opponent pick an Atlas is a 100% counter to the Franco. So I'm not sure what they were thinking there. Maybe they have a game plan going on. After all, they're the ones playing this tournament, right? So they should know what they're doing. And then we have Mikasa here just hovering over this X-Borg. That can be a really good pick and probably put X-Borg into the jungle.
Exactly. I think Xbox might be the jungle, and the Joy jungle might quite surprising pick for me, but never mind. I think it might work. Have a good game plan. Like if you do a combo with the Joy and the Minsty's ult and the following up with the Louis team fight potential, that might be a menace for the team OBT. However, the OBT will not stand there because they have also got a pretty much good draft. Look at the draft of the OBT guys. It's Valentina, Uranus, X-Borg. Marksman is like Harry, and the setup for like without, because Nicky was banned, it's like a 5-man. There could be a possibility of 5-man ult from the Atlas. What do you think about the drafts and both the spells by both the teams?
Yeah, you know, when you look at the draft, I do say that Team OBT have a better draft, especially that Atlas pickup, right? The Atlas, the Valentina, they have the split put potential. They have the set potential coming in from the Atlas. They have that damage, that true damage that comes in from the X-Borg, and then they have true damage coming in from the carry. They have the Terrified with the Valentina. They have basically, there's no answers coming in from the side of Team Echo Zero. And speaking of, this is your game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Into the land of Dawn we go between Team Echo Zero, that's going to be on the blue side, versus Team OBT, that's on the red side.
Yeah, exactly. And look at the, I think we have a traditional jungle rotation towards the gold lane, because gold lane is tried to for the first place as you this jungle. Because I'm also playing jungling this season. I have been around jungle, so I also that. And you know, that's a pretty good strategy just to shut down the master in the early game. Look at that in the, as we speak of the shutdowning of master, they are fancy put in the top lane just to babysit and not let carry come. And look at the enemies coming inside top. This might be first blood for the Joy. Never mind. Francis coming for the aid, but it will be too late. What my goal is, double kill. Never mind. Valentina get the kill, but it's fine. Franco with the hook. Never mind. That's a perfect.
And Valentina does as well, and they have the CC and still coming in from the Atlas. That was a very successful invade, knowing that Franco was in the top lane, who might go down, does not. And then the Franco hook connected exactly at the same time the Faraga armor of this X-Borg was broken. So that was the perfect time. Here, Clint, however, with the flicker, misses the quick draw and gets caught between a rock and a hard place. This might be a free kill going on to the side. The skill and misses out on that damage and that kill in the spinning light wheel coming out from this carry. And here Franco with the iron hook on towards Gesture. Gesture will go down to this Joy, overextended. That was a really good hook coming in from the Franco.
Consecutively by Franco, the Xbox was verified. However, the second Atlas and the carry was so good right now. And look at the Uranus taunting the enemy in the base.
Yeah, this Uranus, right, going into the base of the opponent and clearing out 2 waves at the same time. And there should be a kill onto this Franco. That's a mega kill going on to this Valentina, who's a 4-0-1 right now. And that is a lot of gold onto their mate. That's a free turtle as well going toward Mikasa. At this point, this game is already looks like it's already over, looking like a complete stomp. However, the flicker just coming in for Valentina, going very aggressive but not being punished at all. That is really aggressive, greedy play, paying off for the side of Team OBT. And if you look at the goal lead, it's only 3 minutes 30 seconds. It's already 3K.
Exactly. And you can see the goal was level 2 in the team fight. Jungler is getting, I think, already shut down for Jungler. The Joy needs to, farm for at least like 2 minutes just to get back in the game. And as you speak, they were just aggressive because they know they have the team fight potential. Look at the Valentina's KD 402.
Oh, we see a hook on the top lane. The Franco gets a bloody hunt as well. The Fatal Link connects. However, the Gesture goes down to this twin, but does not get a kill on this Franco. The Gesture probably didn't get the ultimate right on time and then does not get a kill, gets caught out with this Iron Hook and the Bloody Hunt combination from Franco. Misses the Iron Hook once again. Here we can see Fate TZ, Valentina actually took the ultimate of the Joy, uses it just to make sure she can take another one. And here Uranus just being a menace in the map, like you said before, providing this lane pressure, putting this map pressure, that making sure this Mincetar does not get any opportunity to get out of his lane or rotate for any team fights.
Exactly, and in the top, I think that was a pretty successful mess up by the Gesture because, as you speak of, like, he ulted towards the turret because of the Atlas, so that they might get some room to breathe right now. And actually, Franco is being in this match. Look at this KD, 0-1-3. That's a pretty good. And look at the general KD, it's 1-3-0. I think Joy game.
This Mincetar is not given any space to roam around the map. This Uranus completely canceling out this Mincetar pick here in the early and the mid game. And like you said, fan of it, not in the jungle, especially given the fact that you need to have that vengeance to survive and provide that damage. Here Franco, Gesture here, going in so hard, and this Uranus gets taken down. But see the pressure they put in, they need 3 people in there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Atlas with the Fatal Links takes down this Flint. The kill goes towards this Xborg, who's on a 303 KDA. Mikasa here looking to snowball this game. And at this point, you can see the goalie just extending to 3K. It's maintained at 3K still. And the farm, not really something you want to see on a Joy, on a jungle Joy. It's just a 131 KDA.
Yeah, I think, and the top, I think that was a pretty, that gank at the top was in favor of the OPT because Uranus for a marksman, I think marksman, you should not take Uranus instead of a marksman. The carry was also low this top. I think they would have a pretty good chance to just kill the carry, but however, I think in this bot, potential gank in the bot, I think they are going for the bot lane turret. However, Louis comes in for the 8 and the Franco, I think Franco might try to go here.
Yeah, Franco misses the Iron Hook. The conceal comes up from Gesture. Here, will they go for the Fatal Links? No, the Bloody Hunt comes out with the Yin-Yang combination. However, gets the kill on this Franco. The Fatal Links comes out with the 2-man inside. The King's falling under the turret. Another kill goes onto the Louis. However, that's a 2-kill. That's a triple kill on Mikasa. Shuts down this Louis, who was helping out, doing so much damage in this early game, and shuts down the entire hopes of Team Echo Zero in this early game phase.
This was 2-4-1 trade and the one turret in the favor of the team OBT. I think this OBT has a very good game plan. They are playing very, very synchronized. They have a good synergy right now. They're communicating in the game as well. I think the Joy pick might have taken a toll on the team Echo Zero. However, the bot gang was very, very as you speak, the Atlas, that was a perfect 2-man and they got 2 to kill them to shut down. They're not just giving good to the team Echo Zero and
Oh, we see Minster with the Flicker King scrolling. Make sure the Atlas can't flicker out and then gets the Atlas in the process. Valentina, however, uses the same, but gets still nothing in the process, and a kill goes to the Joy. That's a 2-for-0 trade. That is something that the breathing room team Echo Zero was hoping for, and they got it. They got this 2-for-0 trade just before the Lord, but they are overextending. Last insanity from Export. Mikasa takes down this Franco, and a godlike gets a double kill on the sprint as well. He has the immortality pop. Will he live to see another day? Yes, he goes to the fire missiles. He gets a triple kill. He might get a maniac, and then let's see the savage. No, he does not. This Joy, Kevin Aldrich, survives with a sliver of HP thanks to shield coming in with those perfect beats. This X-Borg here, he's not here to have fun. He's here to play and win, isn't he, Soul?
Exactly, that was the focus by the X-Borg. However, the other team fight is going to be because they're not even
Oh, we see that Fatal Link coming up from the Atlas, right? And then you get the carry with the spinning light wheels and the Bloody Hunt coming in from the Valentina on towards the Franco. And Uranus survives and regens so much HP. That's what we were talking about, the Uranus being a menace in this game. And at this point, what can Team Echo Zero do? Then just speaking up, they got a kill on this carry who was overextending. This Joy now has the damage. It's on a 4-3-2 KDA. Actually did something from the 1-3-1, brought it up to a 4-3-2. Actually able to get some damage done under this carry. But who will shut down Mikasa?
Yeah, exactly. I think the Joy have heard us. They get momentum back to the team. However, that I think their carry is a little bit outgoing herself. I don't know why, but she has a KD of the 1-2. Excluding that, look at the Micasa's and the Valentine perfect zoning towards the Lord, and the Lord, look at the zoning of the Atlas along with the Uranus. Uranus, as you speak of being a menace, Mikasa I think will go for the Mythicar kill, and I think this is the Lord going to show us in favor of the team OBT. The fight, this is actually a potential for the 5-man gang. Yeah, they are going for the Uranus. After the complete.
And we see all that damage from the Yin-Yang reaction from Louis Yi gets the double kill. That's a 5-man wipeout coming in from the side of Team Echo Zero. They got the Lord, but at what cost? Did you see that Yin-Yang reaction coming in from Louis Yi? Oh my god, that was a lot of damage.
Dude, that was a freaking, I don't know what happened for a moment there. Duo is in a damage because of the grouping of the, because that, just stay in the group back because of that, the bot lane that the place near the red buff, it's all, you will be near towards each other, and that's what Joey wants because she is the strongest when you are the closest teammate. And that's what happens, then the Joey will get the triple kill down there, and the 1 kill towards the Franco, and the 1 kill towards Joy. And that is, that gave the room to breathe. Look at the goal lead right now; it's almost even. There's a slight difference towards it. Of like, I don't know how much K it is. I think 900 to 800 K. Sorry, not K, 800 rupees. Not even rupees, just gold. But that is good.
No. But then if you looked at the whole game, right, the entire game, OBT had the lead. But now the lead is for the first time on the side of Team Echo Zero, who has made a comeback possible for this game. So now we can say it's an open match. It's anybody's carry, a triple kill, and we can see another wipeout coming in for the side of Team Echo Zero going in towards OBT, and possibly right now they could end the game.
Exactly. What is happening one by one after another? That was a good fataling by the Atlas, bro. That's the perfect ult by the Atlas, and the follow by the Mikasa and the. I think this might. They have made a grave mistake there just to be in the grouping. That was perfect. Followed by the Atlas to the Minticars, which was copied by the Valentine and used towards their own team. That was Echo Zero, and Valentina just paid. Valentina pick has been paid off, guys. Look at that. That was the perfect setup by Valentina and the Atlas and team follow-ups. That is a good setup by there. I think this game is, as Bruno said, that OBT has the upper hand, and we can see how OBT has played this match. That was a pretty good match in the board of the and that was a very surprise match in the board. As we speak of, in the duo we get the wiped out. I think this match might be a little bit of a comeback right now. But however, that was a good setup. They just made up for that wipeout from the team of the Echoes, from the side of the Echo Zero, by wiping out them.
At the end of the day, it came down to the draft, right? The fact that they had this Joy in the jungle who doesn't really do well in the early game. They have this Franco that's going against an Atlas where he can cancel out all your ultimates, your CC, your Iron Hook, and he can actually immune that as well if he splits up with his skill too. And then you have this Minstar who was doing a lot, who they relied on so much to do all the CC and damage, but then got taken out by this Uranus. So at this point, you can say it was a really good game from both teams, but OPT just had a better draft and they performed better. So speaking of, Soul Sky and myself, Kronos, will be back after a short break for the next game.
Yeah, see ya guys. Don't forget to drink your water.
Yes, yes, I will check it out.
I'll text him. You also text him. I don't think he can hear us.
Gosu, you started? What's up, man? Hi, Vicky. I'm on stream. What? I'm on stream. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tournament. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for this day 3 of the Gosu Tournament and game number 3 today. Alongside me is Soul Sky. Soul Sky, tell us more about the game that's coming up right now.
Alright, sir. It's my pleasure. However, I think you guys gotta get a good break. I'm fueled up right now because I just had my dinner. So this game is between on the blue side. It's love Garros. It's love Garros versus the WR. Also, I think there's one. Hi everybody, welcome to Tournament. There's one people waiting for the love Garros. I think. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for this day 3 of. And I think this is really a pretty good game because of I know Ozier Bambi. I think Scythe is also a good player. Ozier Bambi is also a good player. And I think you should know that WR has also got some good players. I think Hope and Can't Assassinate. I think these players, I'm just getting a hunch that these are the good players. So I think, what do you think that? What are these players gonna ban something? What are their game plans right now? Have they did their homework or not? What are your thoughts about it, Kunus?
At this point, right, they've had the schedule for a while, so they must have done some research about who the opponent players are. The fact that we have Garros on the left side and then we have WR on the right side. It seems like WR, like you said, might have an upper hand with, especially for the fact that they have good players, but then they also have good players on the side of Garros as well. So it seems like an even game, even matchup that could be happening. It'll all come down to the draft, right? Like the previous game, it all came down to the draft. Both teams have the skills, but then it comes down to the draft at the end of the day. So at this point, let's see how both these teams will draft, as we should be going into the draft any second now, as both the teams are ready. And what do we have to say about this draft, So?
I think I'm pretty excited for these players to just to know their plans, because I'm learning a lot from these players because they are just good players. They know how to play. They know what this game plan is. They just know what to do in the different situations. Even though if you lose the draft, I think if you play with your mind and if you play with some strategy, you can win even if you're out drafted. Let's see if that can happen in this game, because Mobile Legends depend on, obviously, as you said, it is dependent on the draft a lot. Let's see. What's the first ban coming from the lot?
Your team is banning.
It's no ban, I guess. It just surprised me right now. What's this no ban strategy right now? I don't know about that.
I think it's just the fact that they had multiple heroes to ban, a lot of communication going on. They might have had some miscommunication, and that person wasn't able to ban out the particular hero that they were looking for. However, we see WR going in for this Arlott ban. Not surprised, Arlott is a meta hero right now, so that is a good ban. But given the fact that they missed out, this no ban strategy does open up a lot of heroes for this entire game.
Exactly, and if you put some attention towards that, Love Garros has only one pick in the starting and the 2 picks goes in the favor of the WR. I think this no ban strategy might be in favor of the WR right now, and the ban coming from the Love Garros, that second ban, it's Novaria. As I speak of, Novaria is a pretty annoying match as we speak of, because when you have played against Novaria, how annoying she can be with her vision, with the snipe shot, with the flame shot, with her flame shot plus her S2 kill, instant delete marksman. And the Valentina ban, that's a quite interesting ban, because you have to really think about a game plan to think that if Valentina counters your draft, you should ban Valentina. I think WR is cooking here something. What are your thoughts about it, Jonas?
Yeah, this Valentina ban, right? Really making sure that the opponent in Garros don't really get those big fat ultimates that they can take from the side of WR. Maybe they're planning to go for an Atlas or a Kufra or a Minotaur. But then we have the first pick coming out from the side of Garros being this Joy, who is not so it should open up the draft a little more, given the fact that they have a lot of dive potential.
Exactly, and I don't know what will happen with I think with Joy. Just tell me how.
My kiss
Okay,
grants
and
you
for the WR,
immortality
let's see. The
or
first pick
death.
is the EXP laner. Both the teams for the EXP laner. There is La and the Kaja. Kaja can abduct anyone from the love Garros because you know how the Kaja ult works. So I think they might pick Kaja just as first the Joy when she comes to dive in the pipeline, and that might be a free kill towards the WR, I think. And the Alice pick, Alice in the mid lane. That's a quite interesting pick because Alice is a good mid laner, I would say, but she needs a lot of scaling as she's like a Christian also. But she has to go in the front line and to have both two front line magic damage. I think it's a pretty risky gameplay. However, Roddy is coming for the pick in the pick of the Love Garros. That's a good marksman pick right there because they have got the mage, they have got the Asian, they have got the marksman. And to the WR, they have picked this Eve. That's a good mage pick because Eve is a very utilitarian mage and you can use her as much as you want because she's getting, I think she's getting one movement now. So use it before that. And the Alpha is going for the Alpha. And the Kufra ban, that's a quite good ban because they haven't thought of the game plan. They haven't picked the jungler. WR haven't picked jungler, so they banned Alpha. And the Kufra is banned because Kufra is a good pick here right now. So that's why they have that in mind and they're banning Kufra right now. That's a very good game plan by both the teams.
Come on, Dexter.
Yeah, WR going for this front to back composition, right? With the high ground coming in from Eve. They have this CC coming in from the penalty zone. They have the suppression coming in from the Kaja with the Divine Judgment. And then you have this Blazing Duet that can deal a lot of damage once it scales up with this Claude. So that's a really good front to back composition with the high ground. However, on the side of Garros, they are going for this Hellcurt and Minotaur. So that is a full dive composition, right? They want to dive into this opponent. They don't want to give them any space. They're going to go in with the Minoan Fear Minotaur, the Atlas with the Blood Ode. They're going to go with the perfect beats with the Joy. You're going to have the Brody. You're going to have the Deadly Stingers and Dark Knight Falls from this Hellcurt. However, here on the WR, they picked up this Hayabusa just to make sure he won't be caught out in this Minoan Fury that the Minotaur can actually engage with when he dives in. So this Hayabusa pick could be a clutch pick coming in from the side of WR. However, looking at both the teams' composition, yes, I think the favor is in the side of Team Garros because they have a nice dive composition. But having a late game mage in Alice who has to scale, who needs a lot of time to scale, they probably don't have the early game advantage. So Joy here, Hellcurt, and Minotaur must really do well in the early game phase to make sure this team wins. However, speaking of the teams, we go into the Land of Dawn for the third game in this Gosu Tournament. Day 3, gonna be between Team Garros versus Team WR. We're gonna see standard jungle rotations, and at this point, so I think it's just the fact that who can outplay each other in the first 4 minutes, right?
Exactly. I would say that this is kind of this is the kind of match you need to watch because this is a perfect power to power match. This is a standard gold lane jungle rotation. I think every player should have known this standard gold lane rotation because this helps a lot.
Kudos to the person who is actually handling the map control and this game. So at the moment, what I was about to say is you can see the gank in the bot lane, right? There's a 4-man gank coming in from the side of WR, but Garros actually not able to make it happen the same numbers game because they have an Alice who uses up a lot of mana in this early game just to clear the wave, just to clear maybe jungle creeps, wherever you put her. It takes a lot of time for this mage to scale. And now given the fact that this mage is not there in this gank, this should go into the favor of the side of Team WR. But again, WR don't have the CC that they need in the early to actually make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a diving bomb. They have got Hellcurt also. I think Hellcurt ult is a very powerful ultra, more power advantage because Hayabusa needs some items to just give out the damage. So in terms of assassin output damage, I think Hellcurt has the upper hand here. And as you speak, look at the map positioning. Minotaur and the Kaja everyone is in position just to take down each other. This is the time where you have to play individual gameplay. And as you speak, it's 3, 2, 1 towards the game, and see what happens in the bot.
Oh, we see the gank here going with the shadows, and will he go for the OD? Oh, and the silence comes out with the chain CC. Hayabusa makes a mistake, goes to the wrong shadow, and that's the first blood going on to only on this Brody. That was a slight misplay, you can say, coming in from the Hayabusa there.
Exactly, that was a perfect combination of the Hellcurt's Hulls, Silence, and the Mino's S1, and the wrong shadow, and kill goes to the Brody in the early game. And Brody's might be the far too far farm with the opponent's slot, but I think if Brody gets beat in the early game, Brody has a lot of damage till the mid game. Yeah, I think even in the late game, because in this comp, Brody can be very useful in the late game also, because they don't have a 80, like they don't have that much of that much of a tanky heroes which we can make Brody's go.
Yeah. We can see, right, that Bambi here is actually level 4 on this Minotaur. However, Kaja still needs to get to that power spike. And yes, he is on the level 4 right now. The turtle will be up for grabs. We can see Virgil here just hiding in the brush, ready with the Dark Nightfall. He's going to use it any second. The Quad Shadow comes out. Will he go in? And the turtle goes towards the side of the WR. The Minoan Fury comes out. That's 2 kills. And the turtle going to the side of WR. The Blood Ode coming out from this Alice with the Vengeance. However, not enough damage to take him down, but takes down the Hayabusa in the process and goes down as well. So that is a 3-for-1 trade along with the turtle that goes onto the side of WR. That was a nice turtle steal. However, it went to the Kaja, who will get enough shield and that goal that he needs to get those defensive items at the same time. And here in the bot lane, we can see only using the corrosive strike just to get away from this Kaja and Hope. And Bambi,
he might have gotten some gold from the skill and the assist that he has. It's 1-2-2. But I think as a jungler, it might be quite demotivating for you to die sometimes in the early game. And in the bot, I think they are just trying to get to some pick-offs in the bot, but however they fail.
The Dark Knight falls and takes them. Does not get the triple kill. However, that was a really good fight coming in from the side of Team WR and for Team Garros. That was a really good fight, right, Skull Sky?
Exactly. I didn't expect Brody to get 2 kills in a row. However, Brody shouldn't be that greedy because he has energy right now in their combos. And as we speak of, I think Alice is just playing for the late game. She's just taking down the main players. And I think this might be a turtle fight right now, right here. They're just taking turtles towards side of the blue team, I guess. And everyone is in position to take the fight. Alice with the
for this Hayabusa on Zilal, who had these early deaths as an assassin. You don't want to see that, like you said, on the jungler. You don't want the jungler to die really often in the early game, but then made a comeback with this Maniac, caught up with that goal lead, and that was a really good set from Minotaur. However, once again, it all comes down to the fact that they don't have that burst damage that they need from the follow-up from the mage, because it's a late game Alice. Alice still needs more time to scale up, possibly at the 8 to 10 minute mark.
Exactly. I think they had the game plan just so that they might have been in the game plan and thinking like that, because as you speak of Team Garros, I think they thought that Joy early game magic damage can put off and can compensate for the Alice early game damage. But however, as you speak of, look at the Minotaur. It was a beautiful setup. As a mage player, I would have loved that somebody just do that setup for me. Because of lack of mage damage, as you speak of Kronos, we couldn't just make the 100% out of that team fight. And as we speak of, as a result, we can see Hayabusa getting a Maniac, making a huge comeback in this tournament right now, and they have requested a pause right now. So I think what do you think? Why they have asked for a pause even though they are winning in their team fight?
It's probably a technical difficulty. You want both the teams to actually have to play on even ground, right? You don't want them to have troubles when they don't want to be lagging. They don't want any bugs or any sort of technical difficulties that actually stop them from playing at their best of abilities. So at this point, we can say the Hayabusa did really good job just to go in and clean up the backline firstly, got the Hellcurt down really low, but at the same time, the Terizla put in a lot of work as well, right? Yes, the Minotaur was there was the follow-up, but then the Terizla did the same thing at the same time as well. So that was a very well-coordinated team fight coming from the team WR, and they still have the turtle up for grabs as we get back into the game. It looks like Zalal should be able to get this turtle for free. just as long as it's soon enough to make sure he doesn't, since he doesn't have retribution. But I think it's just a free turtle.
Exactly, and I'm a fan of this Eve positioning. It has been so quite good in this tournament. Even though with the assassins like Joey and the Helker, they couldn't get the part of the Eve right now. Look at the Eve's KD, it's 306 right now. However, the marksman in the Brody is being a menace in the bot lane with the 311 KD right now. And they're going for the top lane right now. Top lane for it in the bot, and you can see the itemization of the Brody.
And now we see a 3-4 man gank potentially in the mid side, given the fact that they have this Atlas, the Void Crystal, just to clear the waves off. Virgil here just camping this bush, making sure he catches. Make sure your team has the right vision at the right brushes. Make sure nobody gets caught off potentially. And we can see the Hayabusa here gets caught off, and then he uses the shadows, the quad shadow, to get out on the right time. That is a really good way to check your brushes. However, lucky that there was no suppression to catch him out. And here we can see Hope. He does not go in for the Divine Judgment. The Dark Knight Falls comes in, and the silence on the Zalal gets shut down by this. The CC caught that he got from Tayu down did make quite a difference here. The Flicker, Divine Judgment with the Conceal comes out. The Minoan Fury being locked out, and the Blazing Duet with the Real World Manipulation goes in. And now MM only taken quite low. However, the Deadly Stingers takes out Hope. And now with the Art of Thievery, will he be able to catch it? He does not. Can't assassinate. Was not able to assassinate that Brody right there.
Exactly, that was a good team fight in the favor of the team Garros. That was a good bait by the team, by the minions out there, and that bait, I think Hag couldn't understand that the enemy was missing there, and Hag thought that was a good gameplay by the Helkut. That was a purely beautiful ult by the Helkut, and I'm surprised that they couldn't take down this Brody. He was so low. He was just, a little minute of the HP that was. However, Brody is still in the performance, continuing. I think Brody is continuing to maintain his farm gap. However, the 1k gold difference between the team Garros and WR doesn't prove anything. Doesn't put any effect to the team Brodies. Look at the Brody farm, dude. I think they might play in like circles around Brody right now, because they know that Brody has enough damage in the mid game, and he can kill anyone, I guess.
Yeah, we see this 4-man in that death bush right there in the river by the Lord. Hayabusa sniffs that out. However, the Alice trying to bait, but then was not able to successfully do so. Hayabusa here, Zalal uses the quad shadow quite early. Alice, Tayu down, goes in. The Dark Knight Falls comes out. The Corrosive Strike. However, the Lord and the Minoan Fury able to take it down and goes to the side of Team Garros. And here, Art of Thievery, the quad, will he be able to take down Tayu?
That was a very risky play by the Joy, and it doesn't pay out. And in the top lane, the Brody got the Claude. That's a good pick off by the Claude, especially in this crucial time of the Lord. I think Claude might get the top lane also. However, as you speak of, that wasn't a good Lord fight and team fight. Look at the 4 for 1. 4 for, I don't think that's the word, I guess. Because look at the farm difference, like, even though they have
Divine Judgment with the Flicker coming out. Minotaur going the Shadow Kill being used as well. Deadly Stingers on this Eve with the Dark Knight Falls. Real World Manipulation just keep, but they were able to sniff it out and able to dodge the entire damage coming in from this Alice.
Yeah, Alice just missed by a minuscule of a damage. If she had built some other damage, I
feel it gets the Corrosive Strike from Brody. However, he was lucky Virgil didn't have his skill too, right? The Deadly Stingers, otherwise he would have gotten bursted down. He was so low. And here we see on the bot lane a conceal play coming out from this Kaja, able to give a little bit of vision here. Terizla taking quite low, forced to flicker out. Hope you're camping the bush to make sure you can get some of the Void. Gets away. That is really fast hands coming in from Zalal. Not being caught by this Brody, who is CCing him with that Corrosive Strike every time he goes in. So he knows that's going to happen, trying to bait it out. And now we can see that this is going to be, oh my god, that
was cooking something. But never mind, that was a misclick. And they are going for the Lord. They're just pushing Lord towards their side, I think. WR is going for some risky gameplay, I would say. Look at the Joy on the top. Joy is baiting out the Hayabusa. I think Joy might give the call just the Lord right now. Alice going for the zoning of the And never mind, Alice will get taken down.
Wind of nature just to survive. The corrosive strike comes out. Will he survive? However, he gets the joy shuts down this Eve. The flicker coming in from the Brody gets a triple kill, and that was a risky play, right? That is a 5-man wipeout. That was a really risky play coming in from the side of Garros. They saw the Hayabusa in the top lane split pushing, and they immediately rushed the Lord. Yes, the Kaja tried to do the best he can, but then the Dark Knight Falls turned the map completely black for him not to be able to get the Hellcurt. And then now we can see this Brody sieging onto this turret. Will they be able to push and end this game, given the fact that they have a 4k gold lead? This is an enhanced Lord. Oh, the Lord pushing in from the top and the minions coming in from the bot. Yes, we have minion waves. The inhibitor in the mid is not available anymore. So at this point, we can see the Claude chunking down the HP of the Lord. AZ here, his real world manipulation is going to be proven to be quite detrimental in this process. He goes in with Blazing Duet, the Minoan Fury connects through real world manipulation being used for 2 trade, but then they lost all the inhibitors. Team Garros got all of them. All they have to do is just get one good, clean team fight, and they can take this game.
Yeah, I was thinking that this might go for in the favor of the team Garros. However, that was a successful defense by the team WR. That was a good defense, and Eve is trying proving herself because she can play a lot. And the Claude, they've got the good players, and that was a good ultimate, I would say. However, this Minotaur has been proving himself to be a menace towards the team WR. Look at his setups, bro. I would have been a very satisfied mage if I get that much good tank right now. However, this game has it's quite exciting game. We don't know who is winning right now, who is not. But as you speak of, look at it in terms of the turret. Team WR has taken down only 4 turrets. However, the team Low Garros has taken down all the turrets except the real one. That's the base of the team WR. And I think they might play a little bit safe here, and they might go for the same strategy again. The Joy at the top just to bait out the Hayabusa. However, this time the team WR is prepared for the comeback right now. Look at the five people at the top. I think Joy might get taken down if she does some reckless play there, and the Hayabusa is just waiting out Team Joy right now. But Haya, that was a good try, but Joy is very aware of that. And in the bot lane, there is conceal. I think they might just pick up play by the Kaja, but however, that was a good call by the short call by the Minotaur there just to back off right now. And the Hayabusa trying to just give vision, and the Lord, just the team Lord Garros, just I think they go. That's a good
Divine Judgment gets the Hellcurt with the real world manipulation. Hellcurt goes down just before the Lord. The Hayabusa with the quad shadow goes in on the Blood Ode. Frantic goes with a shadow kill as well. Not enough damage. That's a flicker penalty zone coming in by the Charisma. That's a lot of damage. A god like this Brody. Joy comes in the right time, gets the spoils, gets the double kill as well. That is a 3-for-0 trade. Yes, they got the Hellcurt initially. However, they should have just gone for the Lord. They went and overextended. They got too greedy, wanted more kills, and now they're down 3 people. That's the Eve and the Claw to defend. Will they be able to? Both of them do not have their ultimates up. This should be a hard defense. Al is doing the best to zone him out. Brody chunking down this base. The Blazing Duet gets cancelled. A clean game set match, folks. Team Garros proving to be the better team here with the right communication.
Victory!
And that was a wonderful game. This Brody is the MVP and well-deserved indeed.
Exactly, that was a good setup by the Minotaur. The ult was in the place just to save Brody, and Brody with that much kind of damage. Look at that, that ult by the body. That was, so good. That was very satisfying to watch. Brody take down the Hayabusa at the right time, and I think that the Kaja that did a good play. However, there was a lack of shot call, and they go for the wipeout of the team Love Garros. But however, that didn't turn out well. The Imono reverse from Joy Joy joining out their marksman and the mage. That was a good play by the Joy. MVP very well deserved by both the teams. Eve with a 6-1-10 KD and the 11.7 rating on Brody on the team Low Garros side. And as we look at the data, look at the 37% damage with the Brody. That is a lot of damage, along with the 83% push and 83% team fight participation. And I think some credit should go to the Minotaur with the good setups. That was a very beautiful setup by the Minotaur, not being biased toward anyone. That was a very beautiful setup by the Minotaur. So I think that's I think Kronos, you might take on.
Yeah, you know, you're not wrong there, right? The Brody did the best that he could. He got the damage done. He did the damage on the turrets, but then he got the MVP in game. But in our hearts, we know the true MVP was Oh Dear Bombi with his Minotaur, giving those sets, able to disengage, using the ultimate, the Minnow and Fury on the right time, giving those knockups whenever needed, the heal as well. So that was very clutch coming in from Oh Dear Bombi. So I can say, according to us casters here, Soul Sky and myself, Kronos, the MVP for this game should have been Oh Dear Bombi. However, we can't get to choose. The game has its own programming. And speaking of, folks, we should take a short break and we will be back for the next game and the final game for today.
अरे कहीं ना चाहिए ना सच स्ट्रीम
Nice game,
सांभळू
nice game.
Nice
अरे सच स्ट्रीम पण सांभळू
Bro, I thought that this
काय
was the
लोकन
last game. I
टूर्नामेंट
was
में
about to say
स्ट्रीम
that.
सांभळू तू
That's why I gave
Oh
it.
no, no. There's one more, I think. Let me see.
स्ट्रीम नहीं साथ
It's ABM versus UMB.
Oh, ABM is also playing this match. Oh my god,
Yes.
nice. What was the ABM?
खाली स्ट्रीम नहीं साथ सांभळू
Yeah, they are the one of the best.
We'll see. I don't think they'll come with their main lineup, but we'll see.
Their B lineup is also good.
Let's see how it goes. All right, I'll come back in a bit. I'll see you later.
बंद कर दी तू तर
UMD. Myself, Kronos. Joining you is Soul Sky. What do you think about the draft, Soul Sky?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a game of the night, guys. Because look at the. I just feel like this is verified bypass with the devil, and as we know that Avian has a very good score in the India right now, and they have a good score. Strategy. I mean, they think they are pretty confident in themselves because they have played so many games to win. They've got a perfect synergy, perfect game plan, perfect. I think perfect. What do you say? That's a. You know what? If you think of a gameplay, which is the perfect, that's how ABM plays. Okay, so I think they might go for anything, and not being any bias toward ABM because I have seen them play. That's why I'm saying that, and I'm pretty curious about how the UMD play. This is the match between the ABM and the UMD, and ABM banned one Bane. Okay, and ban coming from the UMD side. It's Kufra and Benzithar.
So, I mean, at this point, you can tell that ABM are quite powerhouse. Like, they're the team that's gonna win. They're not the underdogs. They're the powerhouse for this entire tournament, or possibly this match and the entire tournament, possibly. And then we have UMD here, who are going to give it their best to make sure they're going against the powerhouse, who are the underdogs, who are going to give it their best in this match to make sure they can outdraft their opponent and possibly take this game as well. And you can say ABM, yes, they're one of the best teams here in this tournament, but also that overconfidence could be the downfall for them as well. So you can tell that they can go ahead, they have the synergy, but then if they get too overconfident, they can lose this game, since not every tournament that you take part, or not every game, or not every day is a Sunday. So not everything will be easy as it is. So we can say that they are giving it their best. We can see Franco being picked up here, and this Arlot and Thomas here. So they're going for a double fighter EXP on this side of Team ABM. However, on the side of UMD, we've seen two fighters here, Martis and Alpha. Either of them can be flexed on jungle and the EXP. And we see the Valir here being hovered and possibly picked up as well.
Exactly. That's a good draw from both teams. Look at they've got the two fighters on the roam, and the team Leon, they have taken the two fighters and the mage. And as you speak of, the Valir has got a good buff, and the Valir pick can be satisfying and the favorable pick towards the EU and the. However, being a human being, we always like to see the underdog win. So I'm really rooting for the UMD, but as you speak of, we know how much of an ABM dangerous can be and how dangerous ABM is. So let's see what happens. And the second part of the ban, UMD ban, Brody taking out the marksman possibility of the team ABM a little less, and team ABM will not ban anything in this part of the ban also. They have banned total of one hero, that is Bane. I don't know what they are thinking right now, but I think what team UND is lacking right now is a roamer and a marksman. What do you think? What will it will be?
A roamer here could be a Minotaur. I was just saying, Minotaur is perfect to make sure you can counter this Franco here with the knockup and the Minoan Fury coming as well. And with that triple knockup strategy with the skill 1, Minoan Fury, and the skill 1 again, you're going to have a lot of CC coming in to cancel out not only the bloody hunt from the Franco, but also this final slash that will come in from the Arlot. However, a good answer to that will be this Valentina, and this Granger here being picked up can be quite detrimental, given the fact that he can kite all this damage coming in from this Martis and the Alpha. So that's a nice pick into the jungle. However, we see this Chang being picked up. Not a big fan of it, but yes, they do have good wave clear coming in with the Chang. But so covering all bases here, ABM, yes, they're doing their best in the draft, covering all bases. They're here to show that they're here to play, not just take the opponents lightly. And we might see a good game for the day, guys. And looking at the fact that the marksman is still being left open, we have the carry that should be picked up right now.
Exactly. And I think they might go for the carry. Carry with the vengeance can be a little surprising for the enemy, because they don't know when it's going to pop up the vengeance and can kill you. However, we can see the damage from the team ABM is going to be quite a lot because of the Shangi and the Ranger. And to support that, they have the three frontliners, the Arlot, the Franco, and the freaking Terrorilla with the Vengeance. along with the, you can see the UMP drop. It's also pretty solid drop. Look at the bullet. Look at the smart. Look at the freaking Minotaur. We saw that how Minotaur can keep success in the previous match if he gives the needed setups for his team. Look at the carry. If carry gets the starting leverage, she can be a very useful marksman in this game because of the she can bet all out when he dives and she can just mince the freaking hammers when he dives in, and you can't just put out that alpha. Alpha can be a little bit menace because of the 2 damage that the alpha has. So I think it's a pretty good balance draft for both the teams.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, right? Both the teams have a balanced draft. However, we have 2 different kinds of compositions, right? One is a complete dive composition, not really a front to back. Yes, the Valir is there to provide all that CC from UMD, and Carry, not really a marksman that you want to play off the back. You want to get in. He has a really short range, but a lot of damage at the same time with a lot of the attack speed coming in from the spin and light wheels. But at the same time, we have ABM here who have a front to back composition and will rely on their kiting and the frontliners to actually pull their weight in this game. And for the final game for the day 3 of this Gosu Tournament, we have ABM versus the UMD, which is going to be one hell of a match, one cracker of a match, like we would say. At this point, we are seeing standard jungle rotations, a little bit of leash given to the Martis. However, I don't think he requires it. And here, this should be one hell of a game, right? So.
Exactly, and as we speak of, there is one more master that has joined us, and his name is Skate. How are you, Skate, right now?
I am doing pretty good. I was just trying to log in on Turnip using my laptop, but somehow it does not seem to be working. Solskjaer, you would need to give me the tutorials on how to do that. But yes, either ways, just as you both have mentioned about the draft, everything looks absolutely the way that you have described. And for now, we're going to see Apex going in for those hooks. But here we go. Valir going in. This is one of a skin which I personally do not like. And it's not because of these animations or anything, but because of the fact that Badang, Chow and Valir, all 3 of them have the exact same type of skin. And I get hella confused as to who is who.
Oh, in the bot lane, we see a kill going down, right? The Arlot actually being taken down, being quite aggressive, but the damage coming in from this carry and the additional heal that comes in from this Minotaur actually proving to be clutch. So, Sol, you were saying, I'm sorry to cut you off, go ahead.
No, bro, it's fine. And if you see, I just wait, it's a 1-3-1 composition if you see. And Apex is proving himself right. He's one of the best roamer that you can ever find in the continent. And that was a pretty close ball from the Arnold. If there was Minos SP just, make the carry to save from. And it's smartest going on rampage right now.
He would probably be able to take even Apex down, but either ways, he actually survives as of now. Pretty tanky for Martis to take down right away. And again, you guys have mentioned about the 1-3-1 scenario. In this case, I'm also seeing Keisuke running on the killing spree emblem. So you know that he is going to get that kill back, that movement, additional movement speed, apart from the fact that he already gets some of it when he kills someone using the decimation. So that's basically just him chasing you at the Johnson speed.
Yeah, at this point, we see the turtle being reset. The mortal coil just used to zone the Stranko away. Apex does not land the hook, misses the iron hook, and then here the turtle being taken quite low. Will there be a possible contest? Yes, the Granger gets the turtle. However, the alpha charge going on towards Jay. Uses Decima just to get away, gets the damage onto this Arla. He uses on the alpha, use the Ventus to get away, and the Ranger gets a kill. The Minotaur goes down. Uno there, doing his best to actually help his team, however, not able to do the best. Apex providing all that vision and zone onto the back line, proving to be quite detrimental in that turtle fight.
Yeah, that was very close call from the Minotaur. However, there was a good kill by the Thamus there. That could have been a very grave mistake for the team. However, that was and look at the bot. Overextended. Go on, skated.
I mean, Alim should be taken down. Alim should be taken down. Yes, finally. Thank you for that punish. That needed to be done right there. That's just way too deep that guy is playing as of now. And again, the amount of room that he's providing to his own team is proving pretty problematic for their opponents, because we can clearly see that the top side goal has almost been taken down. So now Thams is going to have even a better advantage against an alpha, and we know that Thams has not been a pretty meta pick, but he is the hero that counters every single meta in that EXP. He is absolutely insane at this point.
I mean, if he counters each and every meta hero in the EXP lane, he is meta himself, isn't he? But then given the fact that the Franco was taken out, Apex overextending in the mid lane, taken down, and now for this, we see a 4-man rotation in the bot lane here. Arla might be caught between a rock and a hard place, but sniffs it out, just trying to make sure he can survive. Staying back, not engaging, not showing himself, while Granger here just clears the jungle creeps, might go ahead, and however Utno realizes that there's another 4-man rotation coming in from the bot side and disengages, and we can see 4v4 here for the Turtle possibly. Turtle started by the Rhapsody from the Granger, and however the aggro pulled towards the side of UMD, the death Sonata misses, Frosty a misengage, and however he used the retribution thanks to the bloody hunt coming in from Apex onto his Keisuke, and that's a clean Turtle take. That is good communication coming in from the side of ABM.
Absolutely, and we're going to see the alpha charge being connecting on Jay as well, but this guy has insane damage, but maybe not for long, as Keisuke decimates him, punishing for the overextension. He will be shut down. Devil secures the 320 gold. They needed that, but again, Jay just overestimating himself a little bit. That's going to be known. Fury knock up, 2 people connected onto them, Vengeance being popped up, and that's going to be the final slash for Putnu. He will be taken down, but we're going to see the spinning light wheels coming in from Carry. Alpha charge connected as well. Low HP, and Carry secures that pick off. Radium now will try to survive, but only for so long, as he will be next in line, and in the meantime, Devil just made sure to actually get that connecting. Indeed, Apex, he might have actually called upon his own death as he had to flicker out of that situation, since Devil's item was on cooldown. The Meteor Shard, that's going to be Jay again joining in the team fight. This fight kind of started with him dying off and has been ended when he's back in the game.
Exactly. That was a very good short call in the Turtle. If you guys noticed, that was a very good short call from Franco, that I was smart as you guys take Turtle. I was impressed by that short call. However, so much was happening in this one kill after another kill. However, the kill, when you look at the kill ratio and the gold lead, the benefit of the APM, however the kill is a benefit of the team 2 and B. This shows that how the objectives can prove a very, very incremental towards your goal lead. What are your thoughts about it, guys?
Yeah, at this point, you can see the 4-man gang coming through. There's a pattern been going on with ABM so far. Everywhere they go with 4 people, right? Leaving one isolated person, and the Rhapsody connects onto this front. However, Apex goes down, overextending, and the steering torrent is coming out, just to push him away. Knockup coming in from the Minotaur. However, will he go? He does not. Goes down to the Granger. The follow-up coming in. That was a 5-man follow-up on the top lane from ABM. Seems like Alpha didn't get the message. He got the late memo. The final slash going in, and the Valeria goes down. The Vengeance being caught by the Alpha. However, he goes down to the Kanga as well. And at this point, all you can say, that's another kill going to this Arlot. Like I said, I think Alpha got the memo quite late, not able to show up on time. Just gets decimated when he does. And at this point, it's a 3-for-1 trade, and the Turtle is still up.
How is even Alim dealing that much amount of damage on an Alert? That's getting the bloody hunt and the final hunt for Minotaur. He falls down. Meteor Shard as well. The Devil utilizing all those resources to finish him off, and nasty, definitely nasty, but that's gonna be a pick-off coming in favor of UMD, taking down Devil. They needed that pick-off. Devil had been a problem. He's been the thorn in their path again and again, especially with the Ice Beam on and the slows that it's gonna get in for now. Jay with the Rhapsody try to steal away that tree, but he was able to do that. So denying the farm yet again. And now Israel. Oh! Whoa! He pops up his own ultimate. It's just get ahead using that movement speed for the final slash connect. That's gonna be alert jumping in between, but the searing torrent connects yet again. 2 decimation, one after the other. That's gonna be Keisuke securing 2 at clutch. And look at the backline, that's gonna be pretty connecting yet again. Alpha charge on it, but he will survive. But Jay will not fall. Holy smokes. I had absolutely no clue how this actually turned out to be in their favor. Devil needs to retreat back, but Jay still wants to go in for even more. He's got the damage, the zoning out Keisuke using the Rhapsody, and Keisuke actually wants to take this even further. Guys, stop the brawl! That's gonna be Devil securing the pick-off.
easy पड़ा. पर मम्मी तुम खतक की लड़ी जान स्विमिंग वगैरह जाओ એટલે તો ખબર છે તમને શું થશે.
It's in favor of the Asian. That was good pick-off. And never mind, double kill for the Changi. They're just melting the freaking Alpha, bro. Look at the item and he has got in the blade of Alpha. And look at the Changi, the amount of damage the Changi is giving to Glowing Bond and the Ice Ball right in the early. Right, it's just the game right now, guys. That's a pretty good shot calling. If you just see the shot calling of the team ABM. Look at the Franco. That was a bush play. That was a quite good shot calling from the Franco. Now and look. If you see that Franco escaped from a minuscule of his HP, that was a very commendable gameplay from the Franco. And look at the body.
Yeah, meanwhile, both the teams are performing well, but it's just these micro skills that makes a big difference. The Death Sonata coming into the top lane, the Vengeance coming in from Alpha and the Samus as well. However, this Granger Jay on a killing spree, the bloody hunt goes on. However, no follow-up. Yes, the Valyr's there with the burst fireball with the shield to push him back, but then there is no follow-up from the rest of the team. The Utno, this Minotaur just gets taken down as soon as he tries to jump in for the Minoan Fury. The Lord marches in the mid lane. When the Iron Hook misses, this is not an enhanced floor tree. It should be easy to defend. However, I believe ABM might be looking to end the game here. No, they do not. They use the right information that they get that this should be not a great fight. Let's take it back. Let's wait for the next Lord and then go ahead.
Exactly. And look at that Changi's damage. Look at she's multi-Minotaur Alpha. Even the Martyrs with that Meteor shower right now. And I think
मुझे लगा एक ही ना खोल दे उन्होंने.
Might be looking here for some kills because they want to just end this game real.
ये खोलवा ना एक तो मिले खोलूं.
Now look at the limited of both sides. They are just getting down.
ये खोलवा ना देख नहीं.
Scope damage of the
ये खोलूं मम्मी.
Changi and scope combination of the flash.
तो आने ये खोलवा पड़ता है ये कहूँ तू.
Allah and Sam would just take damage. It's just so wonderful to see that.
Oh, and that's going to be the flicker minion raise, knocking 3 people out with the final slash. Connects on to 3 themselves. Look at the backline. That's going to be all. It's just getting the Petrify in, taking them out down one after the other. And then in the meantime, Jay wants to clear up the base. And no way for Alpha to reach that Granger. It's going to be minions and Granger securing the crystal. And ABM knocking out UMD and moving forward.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that was absolutely fantastic, right? That game. I just said it in the mid game. Alpha got the memo quite late, and then in the same happened in the end. He got the memo late, wasn't able to zone the Granger away. Seemed like ABM was able to catch the plane, but UMD just never got the memo.
That was a pretty good game, to be honest. The both sides I think played very on par. Or however, the short calls. That he said, the memo of the I think he might have a slow receiver. I think he has to work on that. However, the short calls on the team of the ABM were quite so much good. The micro plays from the Francos, the micro plays from the alt combination of the Shanghai and the R-Lord, and the micro plays from the zoning of Hamus along with the range just to secure objectives, just take down the base. That is so good from the side of the ABM. UMD, however, plays a really good match here. And as we speak of, look at the MVP of both the teams. The Devil and the Kaisuke. The 7.6 rating of the Kaisuke team, UMD Montes to the MVP, and 9.8 rating of the MVP of the Devil, which is the Changi. 29%, 36% turret damage as a mate. You should be proud of that. You have some turret damage. And 74% participation in the P5 participation. That's a quite commendable. And the Martin 21% damage and 69% P5 participation. That's quite good, to be honest. What are your thoughts about it, please?
Yes, both the teams trying to play for their win conditions with a Granger Snowball 1-3-1 meta. It's absolutely real, and ABM just showed how insane things could get. And honestly, we've been seeing a lot of tanky Arlets coming in for that EXP lane, but this time we saw Alim going in for two of those damage items. That's the Hunter Strike as well as the Endless Battle, and that was the perfect way to secure the finishes on that backline. Because of the final slash, you could get them all in line, and even that Petrify would just give him some extra, additional devil mark over them, just so he could go in for those dashes and that additional damage. Just a great way of playing the entire game. Both the teams tried their level best, but ABM came out on top and won the game. So congratulations to them, and good luck to UMB for the future.
Exactly, and I think this was the last game, I guess. Yeah, Cross.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Soul. This was the final game for the night. That was ABM versus UMB. And like you said, that final slash was final indeed for this final game for the day in day 3 of the Gosu Tournament in the subcontinent of India. So these are your casters for this final game. Soul, Sky, Scaredy, and myself, Kronos, who will be signing out for the night. And if you guys have anything to say on your way out, this is your time, and this is your time to shine. However, Kronos says peace out, guys.
Yeah, same for me, I guess. Yeah, because, just have a good night sleep right now after watching this exciting game, and don't forget subscribing, and don't forget just like the stream and share it with your friends who plays ML and who don't even play them. Let's schedule.
Soul peeps, thank you for joining in.